According to weather reports out in the Far West Valley, we're going to get our first couple of freeze dates just in a couple days here. Seeing some finishing touches on this cold frame that I've constructed here for my plumeria. Winter is really the main issue when you're growing tropicals in ground here. Summer, you know, they get through it, but winter can kill a tropical. I believe this was planted in 2015. You know, it's a pretty established plant, but a freeze can definitely kill plumeria. I've experienced that back in 2019. Most of my collection got wiped out that were in ground. So you don't have to go this big or this fancy on a cold frame. You know, you can just put some wood stakes into the ground and staple some frost fabric on top. If you want something that you can reuse year after year, something that goes together really easy, you're not having to drive stakes into the ground, then going the route of EMT conduit is a good way to go. It is a little pricey. This is a simple 10 by 10 structure, so 10 feet wide by 10 feet long. We're using 1-inch metal conduit. I found the cheapest place to buy this was Home Depot, and cheap is a relative term because these were 20 bucks for 10-foot length. So quite costly actually. They've gone way up in price. You can find some used ones cheaper, all the better. As far as the connectors, you want a flat angle roof connector like I've got here. This one I picked up online from a company called Canopies and Tarps, and I'll link that in the description. I believe these were $6 a piece, so I've got these on every corner. So the bottom, as well as the top there. So I used 8 connectors total, and on the pipes, I ended up having to buy 12 lengths of 10-foot 1-inch EMT. Now the reason I chose 1-inch EMT is because I've gone the route of 3/4 inch in the past, and I've seen it actually bend up if we get really, you know, large gusts of wind, especially if you're going to put plastic around your structure. You're going to want something that can hold up that weight. The plastic can be fairly heavy. Frost cloth is much lighter, and you could probably get away with 3/4 inch, but I just wanted something that lasted, so went ahead and invested in the 1-inch. One thing I want to mention is this plant is only 6 feet tall, so I didn't need a 10-foot height. So I did bring down the height of it, these poles here, to 8 foot. And I used a pipe cutter. Here is the rigid pipe cutter that I used. You can see it's got a knob there that's adjustable. I had some frost cloth left over from last year. This is the Blanket brand. It's a 10-foot by 20-foot piece, and I believe the weight's about 1 ounce. Hopefully this will hold up more than just this one season. It is definitely cheaper than the Ag Fabric 2-ounce stuff that actually is the white material that you'll see, probably half the cost. But also, because it's so thin, it could tear with some wind and weather. So this is the 2-ounce stuff. This is made by Ag Fabric. This comes in various lengths. I got one that was 10 foot by 30 foot. Because my height on the structure is only 8 feet and the fabric covers 10 foot, I could actually just tuck in the excess on the bottom just to minimize those air gaps. Now how I affixed this cloth to the structure is I just used these spring clamps. So these have a nice wide jaw on them, 2.5 inches on the opening. You can see I just have one more 10-foot section to hang up, and then when I need to get in for access, I can easily unclamp a couple of these to get inside. I do hit those 20s this year, you know, high to mid 20s, which are possible. I will open this up, and then I will go ahead and put this halogen light inside of there. This is going to generate a lot of heat, enough heat inside of this structure to raise the temperature by anywhere between 8 and 10 degrees. So this will definitely allow the plumeria to get through the winter no matter what temps we have. So I will say this structure is not cheap. The pipes and the connectors alone set me back $300, but hopefully seeing what I'm doing helped you in some way as you think about winter protection for your plants. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks for watching and happy gardening.